She said it without a tremor. No hesitation. Just a clean, surgical strike to my dignity. You don't belong here. I remember the way her lips didn't even twitch afterward, like she hadn't just gutted me in front of her perfect little crowd. Her bridesmaids stood behind her, pretending not to hear. And I, still holding the gift box with their wedding rings I paid for, stood there smiling. It wasn't a forced smile, it was acceptance. The kind of stillness that comes before a storm. She thought she'd won, that she'd finally pushed me out of her perfect world. She didn't know that world was mine to begin with. Back then, she needed me. When she first walked into my office 3 years ago, she was broke, desperate, and dizzy with dreams too big for her hands. She wanted a chance, and I gave it to her. I mentored her, funded her, introduced her to the people she'd later pretend she met on her own. I watched her rise, watched her glow, watched her learn how to move through rooms I built. And somewhere along the line, she stopped saying thank you. It started small, canceled meetings, unanswered texts, the way she'd lower her voice when he walked into the room. Her fiancé, the one who used to ask me for investment advice, who'd laugh too loudly at my jokes. I thought it was admiration. Turns out, it was envy disguised as friendship. They found comfort in each other's greed. I didn't discover it by accident. I'd been feeling the shift for months. The subtle distance, the way their names started pairing naturally in conversations. Then one night, after a late meeting, I left my jacket on her chair. My phone was still in the pocket, recording. It wasn't planned. Maybe it was instinct. When I listened back, I heard her voice, soft and conspiratorial. He thinks he owns me. He thinks money makes him family. Then laughter. His, hers, a shared cruelty I hadn't heard before. That was the moment something in me hardened. I didn't shout, didn't confront. I simply turned everything off inside me that still cared. I started planning. They wanted a wedding. They wanted my blessing. And they wanted my money. Of course they did. She said she'd feel safer if I handled the arrangements, since I knew people. She wasn't wrong. I do. So I paid. Quietly, generously, every bill, every deposit. But I made one change. Every contract, venue, florist, catering, decor was filed under my name. Every payment linked to an account I controlled, and every supplier was given the same instruction: wait for my final call. It took weeks, weeks of pretending to be the fool, smiling through fittings, toasts, and fake gratitude. The night before the wedding, she called me, drunk on celebration. "I hope you know how much this means to me," she said. I told her I did. And when she said, "You'll always be part of this, no matter what," I almost laughed. Then came the moment. Morning of the wedding. She stood there in her designer gown, flanked by bridesmaids and photographers. The air smelled like roses, laughter, money. Until she saw me. I'd arrived early. She walked over, eyes cold, lips sharp. "I think it's best you sit this one out," she said quietly. Her tone was crisp, final. "This is family only. You don't belong here." I just smiled. A calm, surgical smile. And I made the calls. No food, no flowers, no music, no wedding. One by one, the pieces fell apart. The florist backed out first. Payment issue, they said. Then the catering company vanished. Contract voided. The event planner's crew packed up halfway through setup, leaving chairs half folded and cables dangling. By noon, the venue was bare. No arch, no tables, no scent of roses. Just emptiness and disbelief. She ran around screaming, her gown dragging through dust. He called me 3 times. I didn't pick up. I watched from the parking lot, through tinted glass. The same way they watched me when they decided I didn't belong. I saw her turn toward the empty field, Shoulders trembling, mascara cutting down her cheeks. She realized, finally, all of it had been mine. The money, the connections, the control. Her dream had been built on my name, and I had just erased it. Later, when she finally found me, hours after the chaos, she didn't speak. She just stared. I let her. Then I said, quietly, "You're right. I didn't belong there." Pause. "But neither do you. Not anymore." And I walked away. Now, weeks later, I sit here, replaying it all. Not with guilt, not with pleasure either, just clarity. People think revenge is fire, hot, uncontrollable. They're wrong. It's ice. It's patience. It's precision. She took something from me, respect, trust, the illusion of belonging. So I took something from her too, her grand moment, her image, her illusion of power. And I didn't need to raise my voice to do it. All I needed was silence, timing, and a smile. Funny thing about betrayal, it teaches you who you are. She thought she could humiliate me and still have her happy ending.